Good morning. I am going to do phrasal verbs. So, that is the highlight of today's talk and today's class. I am going to do the major phrasal verbs as they occur in the English language. I will also touch upon a little bit on politeness markers, which may be of use to you while doing a communication in let us say face to face interviews or in situations like that, on group discussions if you are going to participate. Apart from that, I will also deal a little with some common errors that students generally make, especially in numbers, countable, uncountable nouns. So, we have already done something like this in our previous classes. I will just give you a little exercise just to help you revise the concepts. Before I start, I would like to read out this passage to you. It is taken from Edith Wharton's The Age of Innocence. I want to draw your attention to the language here, the vocabulary, and also clauses. This is the kind of novel where you will find plenty of complex sentences, compound sentences. See, some of you have been writing to us seeking help regarding developing vocabulary and grammar. The best way is always to read a lot, and Edith Wharton along with Henry James is one of the most important novelists who you can turn to for developing your language, vocabulary and grammar. I will read this out. Pay attention to phrasal verbs. Okay. What are phrasal verbs and what roles do they play in our language, day to day language, and also pay attention to clauses, the way clauses appear. You have done some clauses, so I am going to just revise that with you, the key concepts of clauses. So, I start now. This is from The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. When Newland Archer opened the door at the back of the club box, the curtain had just gone up on the garden scene. There was no reason why the young man should not have come earlier, for he had dined at 7 alone with his mother and sister, and had lingered afterward over a cigar in the Gothic library with glazed black walnut bookcases and finial top chairs, which was the only room in the house where Mrs. Archer allowed smoking. Full stop. Listen to the variety of this sentence. Pay attention to that. There are coordinators, there are subordinate clauses, there are compound clauses, and the way the entire thing rolls. Okay, so, that is something that you should be attentive to and try to practice in your writing. Next sentence, but in the first place, comma, New York was a metropolis and perfectly aware that in metropolises it was not the thing to arrive early at the opera, and what was or was not the thing played a part as important in Newland Archer's New York as the inscrutable totem terrors that have ruled the destinies of his forefathers thousands of years ago. Then this is just a single sentence. So, I am trying to draw your attention to clauses. Look at the perfect pitch, look at the perfect composition, and also pay attention to the phrasal verbs. Next para, the second reason for his delay was a personal one, full stop. Simple sentence. He had dawdled over his cigar because he was at heart a dilettante, and thinking over a pleasure to come often gave him a subtler satisfaction than its realization. This was especially the case when the pleasure was a delicate one, as his pleasures mostly were, and on this occasion the moment he looked forward to was so rare and exquisite in quality that, well, if he had timed his arrival in accord with the prima donna's stage manager, he could not have entered the academy at a more significant moment than just as she was singing, he loves me not. Now, this is one complete sentence, but look at the beauty and composition and construction. You won't find, it's irreplaceable. You cannot find any other way of saying or expressing these ideas. This is just, I wanted to warm you up that this is the way clauses, perfect clauses are done. Of course, this is a very higher order writing. Most of us cannot compete with this kind of compositions, but this is creative writing, of course, and one of the best novels ever written. Edith Wharton won the Pulitzer for this novel. So, this is a class apart. However, what I want you to notice is how clauses are expressed, how complex sentences are expressed. Two phrasal verbs that occur, gone up on, curtains have gone up on. So, you can use it in your everyday communication also, gone up on. Sometimes we say curtains have gone up on, not just literally on in theatre, but also in any event in life. So, curtains have gone up on, and the antonym would be curtains have gone down on. So, when something is closing in your life, finishing, curtains have gone down on this aspect of somebody's or someone's life. Curtains have gone up on this aspect. So, this is just a very literally way of expressing, and dawdled over, deliberated over, took his own time. So, dawdled over. So, these are phrasal verbs. Now, from here we are going to do lots of phrasal verbs today, but let me first take you to politeness markers, and please look at the slide here. Please read the slide here, and I want you to fill in the blanks with the appropriate politeness markers. Do not repeat the phrases. Phrases are, if I may say so, it's a pleasure to inform you, I am sorry, be my guest. And then there has been slight misunderstanding, I am afraid, would you mind, would you like me. So, first sentence, ladies and gentlemen dash that we have the eminent author so and so amiss us. So, what should be the answer? It's a pleasure to inform you. Dash, this is not the correct answer. I am afraid. I am afraid is used as a politesse, as a polite marker. I am sorry. Dash, to take your coat. Would you like me to take your coat? Would you like me to take your coat? I am sorry, dash. There has been a slight misunderstanding, but we can surely make amends. The air conditioner is not working here, dash, moving into another room. There can be another plan which is definitely more cost effective. Can I use your phone? Sure, dash, dash for the inconvenience caused. So, the air conditioner is not working here. Would you mind moving into another room? There can be another plan, if I may say so. The very first one, if I may say so. So, see how subtle these expressions are. If I may say so is nothing, is like expressing yourself that I would like to tell you, I would like to suggest, but see how nuanced certain expressions can be. So, if I may say so. Can I use your phone? Sure, be my guest. Be my guest is like you are welcome. We welcome our guests, we do not turn them away, we do not say don't, I do not want you to. So, this is like, yeah, please go ahead, another way of saying. Dash for the inconvenience caused. I am sorry for the inconvenience caused. Let us look at the first. So, this is the way that we use politeness markers. Now, look at the next slide. This is correct the errors. Sentence 1, she lives on vegetable and fruits. I want you to correct the numbers. The office had ordered 4 scores pencils for use. 20 miles are a long distance. The United States have a big navy. In this town, most houses are made of stones. In the next town, bricks are more common. We need more woods for construction. My researchers prove that I am right. She has loads of charms. Don't waste your talents. Carry lots of warm clothings to Austria. Now, look at the first sentence. She lives on vegetables and fruit. Fruit, remember, is like fish. We don't use them in plural, even if we mean them. We don't buy just one fish, or we don't buy just one piece of fruit. We always buy more number, okay. But we express it in terms of fruit, whether singular or plural. I eat a lot of fruits is wrong. I eat a lot of fruit. But you always say fruits of our success. So, there is a difference there. It is used more idiomatically. So, therefore, in that context, fruits is the right way. I do not say fruit of my success, fruits of my success, reaping the fruits of my efforts. Next is the office has ordered 4 scores pencils. So, 1 score 20, 4 scores 80, we say 4 score, SCORE, that is it. It is not in plural. Next, 20 miles are a long distance, is a long distance. It is always expressed in singular. 20 miles is a long distance. The United States has, United States of America may be a collection of 51 or so states, but the verb is expressed in singular. In this town, most houses are made of stone, but in the next town, bricks are more common. So, stone and bricks. Stone is always used in singular. We need more wood for construction, not woods. My research proved that I am right. No one number of research, but if you have done, my research is focused on so and so. She has loads of charm. So, we do not say charms, it is charm. Do not waste your talent, no, we do not say talents in this context. Carry lots of warm clothing. We said warm clothes and warm clothings to Austria. So, even if you may find it difficult to remember at one go, please keep revising and practicing. I am sure you will master it soon. From here, we will be talking now phrasal verbs. So, what are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are verbs that consist of 2 or sometimes 3 words, where the first word is a verb and is followed by an adverb or a preposition or both. Remember that. So, first word is a verb followed by preposition or adverb or both. So, I am going to give you a few phrasal verbs with their meanings, and then you have to use them in the blanks that follow. So, now from here I would like you to read the following phrasal verbs. Take a look at this. Rush something out, to produce something very quickly. Put yourself out, to make a special effort to do something for somebody. Take after is to look or behave like an older member of the family, also to follow somebody quickly. Work somebody over is to attack somebody and hit them. To key somebody for something is to make something or somebody suitable for a particular purpose. Visited with somebody is to spend time with somebody, and wait on somebody is to wait for something to happen before one does or decides something. Go with someone is to agree with someone. In the subsequent slides and subsequent lecture, I am going to give you some exercises based on these phrasal verbs. Fill in the blanks using appropriate phrasal verbs. These may not necessarily have been are those phrasal verbs that we have just done, but you can look up your dictionary and see whether you are able to find appropriate phrasal verbs and fill in the blanks. So, the crew has to dash the captain's decisions. Susie dashed Sunny because she wanted to be the first one to tell him the news. He has not dashed his aunt in the old age home for a long time. The Mehtas on the deal the Coopers were trying to make. It's so stuffy in here, please, the window of the car. Danny and Shelley, Joe to get the truth out of him. Kumar is a weekly income of $1,000. The Smiths are completely the idea of starting a restaurant. Let's go to that place and buy some. This is what I want you to do, find the phrasal words on your own. Now, look at another set of phrasal verbs. These phrasal verbs can also be used as idioms. Idioms are those kinds of words or expressions which add more elegance, more variety to your language. To learn the ropes is to learn how to do a job. So, I am still trying to learn the ropes of something. Okay, I may not be able to do the work right now, but I am trying to learn the ropes. To live and learn is to suffer a bad experience and know not to do it again. So, to live and learn, we all live and learn. The school of hard knocks, this is often said about people who haven't had an easy life. So, somebody has been through the school of hard knocks. This is a very common idiomatic expression to describe someone who is self-made, who has gone through the struggles of life. The 3 R's, they are used to the basic areas of education, reading, writing and arithmetic. So, we often say know your 3 R's. Next slide, please look at it. Break the ice. Now, we often we do not know someone, we want to know them. So, I approached that stranger and asked him to lend me his book. I just wanted to break the ice. So, to initiate a conversation or friendship with someone or to get something started. In corporates, we often find breaking the ice session. New people come, new projects start, and there is always an icebreaker. So, break the ice. People should know each other in order to successfully work together. Clip your wings is curtail someone's power or freedom. So, for example, a husband clipping his wife's wings. That means he did not give her enough freedom to pursue her dreams. Okay? Or you clip your subordinate's wings by denying him access to certain information. Let your hair down is to act in a carefree manner. See, traditionally people, serious kind of people wear their hair up. Once upon a time, even men used to have to wear their hair long. So, but they would tie it up or roll it up in a bun or something, but when you let your hair down, you are conducting yourself with abandon. So, pipe dream is an aspiration or ambition that is impossible to achieve. We often say, would I be able to become this or that? Oh, it is just a pipe dream. Would I be able to become a rock star and match perhaps the level of Michael Jackson? It is a pipe dream. So, is a wishful thinking something that is almost impossible to achieve? Now, let us look at this exercise. Use these phrasal verbs and fill in the blanks. Looking up, holding forth, gobbled up, got together, dates back, glossed over, laughed off, sum up. So, they were hungry and dashed their dinner. Things are finally, the speaker had begun to the painting to the times of ancient Egyptian civilization. They dash our fears. So, they were hungry and gobbled up their dinner. So hungry, teenagers, they are so hungry, they come and do not even wait for the niceties of dining table, they just gobble up whatever comes their way, Things are finally looking up. This is a very common expression to suggest that things are now improving. The speaker had begun to sum up or summarize his speech or talk. The painting dates back to the times of ancient Egyptian civilization. So, dates back is another important expression for you to use, and they laughed off her fears. She was afraid, she was fearful, and people laughed off. They said it's ridiculous to be afraid of something like this. So, know these expressions and bring some color and variety to your writing. Now, look at this particular slide, where you can get confused in phrasal word. We discuss something, but have discussions about something. So, you say I am discussing my research with my guide, and my guide and I had discussion about my research. We do not say discuss about. You doubt something, but you doubt about something. Okay, not doubts, ignore that. You doubt about something. You contact someone, but you are in contact with someone. I am contacting my boss. I am in contact with my boss. So, that is the way. You do not say I discuss about. It is a very common error to use the word or expression discuss about. We do not say that. Now, I want you to look at this slide and see how phrasal verbs, and you just have to do some kind of inversion and it turns into a noun. So, a phrasal verb, a turn down, turn down means you are refusing something, and a downturn is a noun, which means things are going downhill. Phrasal verb is cry out, and noun is outcry. To cry out for help. Outcry is people out, there was an outcry over this bill, over this legislation. You break out, a breakout performance, okay, by somebody, and there is an outbreak, it is a noun of some disease. So, you do not say, you do not use or substitute one for the other. You turn up and there is an upturn in something, you have a downturn, upturn. Turn down, turn up the volume. You turn down an offer, you turn up, or you turn up the volume. So, this is the way. So, all these are subtle differences, do not get confused about them. I want you to look at now 3-part phrasal words. For example, make up for is like make amends for, take upon it is handle or tackle, creep upon to move towards someone quietly and slowly, especially to surprise them, doze up with to give an amount of a legal drug to make someone feel better, put up with, tolerate or adjust with. From here I will take you to another concept related to phrasal verbs, it is called particles. Particles these are particles. So, you have a verb, so and then you have a preposition kind of thing. So, these are particles. Phrasal verbs with nouns and adjectives depend for meaning on their association with particles. Turn down or turn up, meaning changes. For example, you have a particle off, O-double-F. This is associated with the idea of removing something like cut off, cross off, and look at the slide here, popular phrasal verbs using off as a particle. Particle is the preposition. Phrasal verbs depend on particles to give a complete meaning. Back off is to stop interfering, drift off is to become drowsy, go off is to explode. See, just say go does not mean explode, but you say the bomb went off is to explode, or she just went off the moment she heard that it is to explode, she was so angry. Head off is to leave, knock off is to reduce or to cut, make off is to leave quickly, make off with is to steal and get away, pack off is to send someone away or someone, away, not away. Turn off is to make an equipment to stop working. Now, here is an exercise for you. Use the expressions that you have just seen. So, the boxer has been asked to dash at least 20 pounds before the fight. The patient dash after a mild dose of anesthesia. We are dashed to Delhi tomorrow. They dashed their prodigal son to the boarding school. He asked his brother to from his personal matters. The boxer has been asked to knock off, cut off at least 20 pounds. The patient dozed off or drifted off. You have been given the word drifted off. Mild sedative and put to sleep. We are off to Delhi. We are heading off to Delhi. Okay? We are heading off to Delhi tomorrow. They packed away their prodigal son to the boarding school, to make arrangement for someone to leave. He asked his brother to back off. That means stop interfering in his personal matters. Now, from here, from off, I will tell you how the particle out is used. Now, OUT. The particle out is used to suggest the idea of having done something so much that you do not want to do it anymore. So, time out, you have done enough, time out. Okay, so, time over. Find out, it is to find out something about that, throw out. So, out word is to do something so much that you do not have to do it anymore. So, these are the particles. Look at particle on. Here is a list of phrasal verbs that use the particle on. See, there are many particles. You have off, you have over, you have on. I am just giving you some examples. So, do not get bewildered. It is not like out and on or off are the only particles. There are several particles. Be sensitive and be aware of the existence of particles. So, phrasal words, phrasal verbs using on. Got on is be supported, hit on is find something, hang on hold something, dotes on adore, play on affect something or exploit something, try on put close on to your body, dwelling on is think about, discuss something, not discuss about. Okay? Borders on is relates closely to something. Now, here is an exercise for you. Both brothers are dash their parents' insecurities, dash the ride gets bumpy from here onwards. There is no point dash the past, his behavior dash on madness at times. The salesgirl asked her the coat, we finally dash a solution that could work. So, both brothers are playing on their parents' insecurities, sort of exploiting their parents' insecurities. Hang on, the ride gets bumpy. It's a very idiomatic kind of an expression, hang on. You are not literally hanging on from somewhere, but just to hold on. There is no point dwelling on the past. His behavior borders on, he is almost mad at times. Salesgirl asked her to try on the coat and we finally dash a solution that could work, hit on a solution that could work. Now, look at this slide and the phrasal verbs. To clock up is to reach a particular number or amount. Corporates and IT people often use this word, I have clocked up this much amount of, or clocked in, you get in with according to the clock, and clocked up this much work. So, clocked, there is a target and you have met up. Cut in is to interrupt someone who is speaking by saying something. Bring round to persuade someone to agree with you. Pilot through to give someone advice or instructions that help them to do something. Talk down is to treat or talk as if to a person of lower status. Look at this slide. To ask after is to ask for information about a person. Back out is to withdraw. Break down is to stop working. Call off is to cancel. Call on is to visit. Look at this slide. Care for is to look after. Catch up is to reach the same level of position. Drop by or drop in is to visit casually. Fall through is to fail miserably. Get even with is to settle scores with. Give up is to leave, stop trying. Hand in is to submit. Next, please look at it. Be enamored of or be enamored with is the distinction is British and American. For one it is off and for another it is with. To like someone or thing very much. to fall back on, to use or do something else after other things have failed. Gang upon, to join together in a group. Let us look at this slide. More phrasal verbs for you. Pick out, choose, put off, postpone, put out, switch off, put forward, purpose, take over, get control of, turn up is to appear, or another meaning is increase volume. Now, using all these, I want you to fill in the blanks here. He dash quickly with a sarcastic remark. He slowly dashed the conversation, the topic of his inheritance. Don't to your boss. Robert has dash 50 years as an actor. They always dash their ancestral property. So, they always fall back on their ancestral property. That is the last one. Robert has clocked in or clocked up 50 years. Don't talk down to your boss. He slowly brought the conversation round the topic and he cut in quickly with a sarcastic remark. So, first one is cut in, brought round the conversation round, don't talk down, Robert has clogged up, they always fall back on their ancestral property. Now, look at this slide. I am giving you a slightly lengthier passage and I want you to read for phrasal verbs. There are not too many, but still be sensitive and be alert. So, mysterious scratch marks on two 16th century Italian masterpieces at the National Gallery have rekindled a bitter dispute about a cost cutting drive that has seen security at the world famous collection handed over to the private security firm. In an interview, the gallery's director said, "It was a bumpy period, but we have moved on. The outsourcing began in early November and is working rather well. However, one staff member said the security has been cut back by the private firm. This can only be so that they can earn a profit on its contract with the gallery." Now, let us go back to the first. Mysterious scratch marks on two 16th century Italian masterpieces at the National Gallery have rekindled a bitter dispute about a cost cutting drive that has seen security at the world famous collection handed over. So, this is your phrasal verb to the private security firm. Next one, in an interview the gallery's director said it was a bumpy period, but we have moved on. So, moved on is that now we are making progress, we are not looking back anymore, and the outsourcing began in early November and is working rather well. However, one staff member said the security has been cut back. So, this is also one example of phrasal verbs by the private firm. This can only be so that they can earn a profit on its contract with the gallery. And if you want to know more about phrasal verbs, then you should look up your dictionaries, and there are exclusive dictionaries also on phrasal verbs. So, do practice and we will soon meet for our next class. Thank you very much.